The most common reasons for disinheriting someone: 1, previous inheritance distributions. If the parent has given the child their inheritance during their lifetime, it's quite common for the parent to disinherit that child, completely or partially, simply to balance things out amongst others who may not have received similar gifts. Second, to balance out the equities between the children. What I mean by that is, if a parent has 2 children, one of whom is wonderfully successful and another who perhaps has not had as many successes, oftentimes the parent will try to give more to the less successful child because of the successes of the successful child. That's a very difficult issue often for the successful child to process and accept, and often leads to estate litigation because it is fundamentally unfair, or perceived as fundamentally unfair, by the child who receives less. They're essentially being punished for having been successful where the other child failed to be successful, or at least that's how it's perceived. Third, divorce. Upon divorce, it's common for ex-spouses to legally disinherit each other in their respective wills and trusts. Fourth, lack of relationship. If a child has no ongoing relationship with a parent, it's very common for that parent to disinherit the child in a will or trust. Of course, and we need to be careful here, where a step-parent, child, or caregiver interferes with that relationship by isolating the parent, for example, undue influence and fraud claims might exist. Fifth, conflict of interest over lifestyle choices. Sadly, it's all too common for parents to disinherit children simply because of a disagreement over the child's lifestyle choices, whether it's religion, whom they've chosen to marry, etc.